Hey everybody, it's the Obscure Reference Show. Yay! Yay! With Mike
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, with Mike.
and Patrick.
I was promised that I would have some kind of remuneration for my appearances here today.
You were lied to, sir.
And Miles.
Whoop whoop! MG in the house.
And me, Drew. And we're all here. And I'm sick, so...
With
I don't know.
alcohols.
What are you drinking, Miles? Hold that up again.
Alcohols?
What? Is that whipped cream vodka?
No, this is strawberry shortcake.
Dude,
Strawberry shortcake vodka.
You need to mix that whipped cream vodka with some orange crush soda, and it tastes like a creamsicle.
It does, but I just have Sprite and a shot glass.
So Miles is going to be very drunk now. He's drunk now.
I'm not drunk now.
Now I am. Ooh, so I had a lot of computer difficulties this evening, which I won't bore you with, but
We are well aware.
I've changed locations, and I've invaded my roommate's room. My roommate of my fiance's pet bird, and he is eyeing me right now. It is not looking good, folks. I don't think I'm going to make it the episode without a special guest appearance by Gully. Oh, man.
What's his name?
About ready. Gulliver.
Gulliver? Okay.
Gulliver's Travels. He looks about ready to bite my face off.
Let me see him.
He's a mean parakeet. I can't just like bring him over. He has to come of his own accord.
We actually
Wait, is he free?
Wait, he drives an Accord?
He does. It's pre-owned. You know, there's over.
Certified pre-owned?
It's not. Unfortunately, he got it off a friend. There's over 100,000 miles.
What's
on
the
it.
What's the blue book value of that?
A lot less than you would think. You would think it would retain its value over the course of the last decade. I think it was actually a 2002. It did not.
I mean,
sir.
Hondas usually do keep pretty good value. I'm surprised.
Well, normal Hondas.
Yeah, I can
do.
attest to that because I drove a 94 Accord for a long ass time.
This one is about 8 inches long, because it's a four-bird.
Whoa there.
Mike, your lower three is only begotten by me.
It doesn't matter. All of mine are dumb jokes that don't make any sense anyways.
Mike, your lower third reminds me not to legally download music.
Do you remember that the Flash cartoon? Like, Napster
Yes.
bad.
Yeah. I do remember that.
I don't remember that. I remember a lot of Flash cartoons, but that's not one of them.
It was on the Joe cartoon site, I think.
I'd never heard of that. I'm sorry.
You've never heard Joe cartoon?
Nope.
Mike?
Yep. I know. I remember
Okay.
those. The frog in the blender.
Yeah.
The dog with no legs.
Yeah. Okay. And the pissed off hamster. Or
Oh,
something?
yeah. Yeah, I remember all those.
Okay, good. I thought I was going crazy for a second.
So, expensive
Mike,
week for me, guys.
How's Titanfall? Just tell me that it's.
No. How's Dark Souls 2?
No,
Dark Souls
Drew,
2.
if you can-
How's Titanfall?
If you can turn the camera to my camera, then you can see Titanfall being played currently by my wife.
Is she wearing a helmet?
No, she's wearing headphones.
Oh.
Yeah, she's worried about those
we
head
don't-
injuries. in the
We don't
game.
like to talk about her helmet. So Titanfall is pretty rad. It's like it feels like the best parts of Halo mixed with the best parts of Call of Duty. It's the movement feels great. The weaponry feels great. Getting in the Titan feels awesome. Volleying weapons like shot at you back at people with like this force field thing is really cool. Doing rodeos is awesome. It's just like it's a super fun experience, and it feels like good to have something that feels as well put together as a Call of Duty multiplayer, but something new and different. Like it feels familiar but different at the same time.
I really want to play it. Not enough to buy an Xbox One, but you invited me over, but I had to get a haircut instead.
You know what? I was
That's
really
the worst
thinking-
excuse I've
Hold on,
ever heard,
hold on.
Drew.
This is hilarious because Drew told me about this. First of all, I didn't know why he had to tell me about his haircut and how he had
Look,
to cancel it so many
It was
times.
important.
And
It was
I was
important.
like thinking to myself, if he brings this shit up on the podcast and starts talking about his fucking haircut,
I'm going to do exactly what I'm doing right now, which is verbally bitch slap.
Miles got a haircut too.
Yeah, well, it didn't affect his life.
yeah, and he didn't tell me all about it.
I got a haircut. I sat in a chair. Some girl used scissors. Had a bullshit small talk conversation.
Just some girl, is that all she is to you?
Yep.
Okay.
How interesting.
Actually, usually it's my best friend, but she was busy, so.
That water
So I
or
paid for one.
vodka, Miles?
Do what?
Nothing.
I hate you.
Oh,
So,
Mike,
yeah,
Mike,
Titanfall's
Mike,
great. Yeah.
unplug your headphones for a second.
No.
Why?
Xbox off.
That's a stupid thing. So the Kinect does totally work very well. I haven't.
You had a first-gen Kinect, right?
Yes, and that one worked pretty good for the most part. But yeah, like being able to say the name of the console and then the words "turn off" is pretty cool. Being able to say like record video and like get a playback of like the last minute of your gameplay if there's something cool that happens is pretty cool. Snapping stuff is cool. It works really well. I find myself rarely having to repeat myself like I did with the original Kinect.
Have you found anything crazy that it can do that you didn't think it could do?
Not really yet. I haven't really experimented with the system in general so far. It's been pretty much like launch Titanfall, play Titanfall, turn the system off. So.
What do you think about the controller?
Feels great. Feels really good. I heard kind of middling things about it going into it, so I was a little worried about what it would feel like. But once I kind of sat down with it and actually got it in my hands for a little bit, it feels really comfortable. It maybe feels slightly smaller than the 360 controller.
I can see that.
I wish the right thumbstick was a little bit further to the right. I feel like I'm stretching just a little bit more than I want to. But I've also been playing a lot of PS3, so that could be me. That could be the reason why I feel like it's out of place. But yeah, overall, like the D-pad is way better. I feel like I can actually select stuff with it. But it's still not a great D-pad, but it's better than the one that was on it.
That's the thing, because I picked it up at like some booth at the mall, but they didn't have a game set up that I really wanted to play, so I just kind of fiddled with it and felt it, but I didn't actually play anything with it. Have you? Isn't there something with the vibration and the triggers or something like that?
Yeah. So there
trigger feedback.
There is Vi-motors built into the triggers, so like you can feel like the gun shooting in your fingertips now.
That's pretty cool, I suppose.
It is cool. I dig it.
Patrick keeps muting, and I'm wondering if it's because the bird won't shut up.
Oh no, I'm just
Mike. You have a
trying to get the bird's
request to talk about Dark Souls 2 from Benjamin.
I've played Dark Souls 2. Ask me anything.
He just said, "Please tell."
So Dark Souls 2 is great, and this is my collector's edition statue. He's beautiful.
That's nice. I like it a lot.
Did a lot of the mechanics change up, or did you feel like you could jump right in and you were like, boom?
So
I hear it's a lot of Demon Souls.
I don't want to bore you guys because we just got done talking about a lot of Dark Souls, but to give a quick rundown, when I immediately jumped into it, it felt different. Like you can tell it's a new engine. Everything feels a little bit different. The character movement feels a little bit faster than Dark Souls 1. The animations for a lot of stuff take longer, especially if you're doing like a kind of tankish character. So like swinging axes, swinging like blunt objects feels like it takes longer and uses more stamina. The things that really bug me are things like healing. The Estus Flask, which you start with 1, and you have to get more essentially. That takes longer not only to animate but also to fill up your health bar, which is super game changing for a lot of get in get out combat stuff. But I mean, it still feels like Dark Souls. There's a lot of influence from Demon Souls in there, like going specifically back to the hub area to level up from a woman that you have to talk to, much like Demon Souls. Having different health items feels a lot like Demon Souls. But ultimately, it is a Dark Souls game, and I was able to pretty much get in there and feel comfortable after I adjusted to the slightly different feel of it. But it's flipping hard.
Really?
At some points,
What?
yeah.
Do you feel like it's harder than the first one?
No, not necessarily. Well, it's tough because I got to a couple boss battles that were just ridiculous, like fighting, it's like Ornstein and Smo on a whole new level.
Well, because you've told me that there are certain boss battles that you cannot beat easily, not easily, but fluidly without help.
Yeah, so the boss battles feel like they are made for co-op play. There's one boss.
I don't like that.
No, it's kind of cool. I kind of dig it.
I mean, on one hand I do, but I don't like playing with other people.
That's fine.
But you would be one thing, but like.
Well, it's not like it matters. You can't talk to anybody.
I know.
Rando dude invading your game.
Yeah. So I mean, on one hand, there's a part of Dark Souls that felt really good was I destroyed this boss on my own, and that felt really good. But after trying some of these bosses solo over and over and over again and failing and calling in one other person and then being able to do it, there's a part of it that does feel like it kind of cheapens the experience a little bit, but you still get the gratification of it. Plus, kind of like Demon Souls, when you're in your hollowed form, you have less health, and you get progressively less health as you keep dying,
That's hard.
which is tough. Yeah, it can be tough. But
Does your health restore when you get your humanity back?
Yeah, it does. I keep trying
What
to
about
change
when
my
you hit a
lower third
bonfire?
picture. What's that?
What about when you hit a bonfire?
Bonfires, yeah, I mean, it restores your health, and it actually restores your weapon durability, too, which is super weird. Like,
My question is, if you revive yourself with less health, can you just go to a bonfire and rejuvenate your health?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, you can revive yourself at any time. You don't have to reverse hollowing at a bonfire. Like, I could be right at the boss door, and then I could turn back into human, but I'd have less health. I could revive. So reviving back from, if I have this much health when I'm hollowed, and then I turn human, I now have a health bar that comes out to here. Because that's my full health bar. But every time I die, it gets less and less. But it's it's an interesting mechanic. It makes it a little bit more difficult in a way that feels a little cheap. Like that doesn't inherently make the game more. It only makes the game more difficult because you can take less hits. Not because the AI is better or anything like that.
I guess they're encouraging you to try to be human more.
Yeah, I guess so, but it doesn't really matter because being human more, the only difference is you can summon other people. You can still get invaded when you're hollow in this game.
Oh, no, thank you. No,
Yeah, I remember the first time I got invaded, I was pissed.
Yeah.
I only in my time, and I didn't talk about this on the show. I only got invaded twice when I played Dark Souls this week.
I've only ever been invaded once.
Once I was getting murdered by a boss anyway, so it didn't really matter. But the second time, I saw this dude.
Wait, someone
coming.
invaded you while you were in the middle of a boss?
Yeah.
It must have been a mini boss.
Well, it was probably a mini boss. It was the
Was the Warthog?
It was the channeler, the
Yeah,
guy on
he
top
didn't
of the
count.
church. He didn't count.
No.
Whatever.
Nope.
He was easy anyway. Well, unless you got a dude trying to attack you. But
Well, even those guys are really easy anyway.
yeah. But so he invaded, and I just wasn't expecting it. Got taken out. But the next time he came after me, was when I was on my way to the gargoyles. Took
Wait,
him
same
out.
guy?
Different guy.
Oh.
Different day. I presume it was a different guy. I don't know. I wouldn't pay attention, but I took him out, and then I took the gargoyles out, and I felt pretty good about myself. And then I quit playing the game completely. So cool story, bro. Yeah.
I like it though. It's weird that your weapons, the durability is fixed at bonfires. Like I don't even understand of having the point of your weapons degrade, other than just like if you don't go to a bonfire in a while, then yeah, your weapons are at risk and they break. Then you have to go to a blacksmith to get them fixed. But I have yet to have a weapon break on me because I'm always.
Oh, didn't you say they weakened quicker in this game?
They did what now?
Didn't you say they weakened quicker?
Yeah, well, it feels like it. So, like, I have a mace that's, like, durability 60, and I feel like by the time I get to the next bonfire, it's, like, down to, like, 20 or something.
So Mike Patron asks, has Titanfall and Dark Souls 2 been keeping you busy to play Bravely Default?
Yeah, I haven't touched Bravely Default since... I mean, obviously since probably Monday was the last time I really played it. So it's and I've been watching when I'm on my lunch breaks and stuff. I've been watching Breaking Bad, so I don't really play my DS at the moment. So I still want to keep playing Bravely Default because it's still a really good game, but I just haven't had a chance to, or I haven't made.
How far are you in Breaking Bad?
I am getting close to halfway through season 4.
Nice.
The last episode I watched was Shotgun, it was called, which is one where Jesse is taking a ride along with Mike.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, the show is what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, no, they didn't lie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I don't think it was like that the entire time. I think it definitely. That show has a great progression where it just gets exponentially more entertaining and exciting.
Are any of you guys watching True Detective?
Yes.
I'm not, because I will watch it eventually, but I don't have HBO.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so I was just wondering what your thoughts were.
I think it's one of the best seasons of television I've seen in a very long time.
I've heard amazing things about it.
It is fantastic.
HBO, you know how to do
And
TV
they're gonna do it in a different style. They're gonna do it in the like the American Horror Story style, where the next season will be whole different.
I like
cast,
that, though.
different. Yeah, I love that idea. That's gonna give them the capability to get huge big name actors again.
Oh, right.
Different
the
story.
creator said that, like, there's so many ways you can do any sort of detective story that it opens themselves up to do anything. They could do a conspiracy story or a serial killer story or just a small town murder story.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, I just the True Detective finale was this week, and it was so good. I think I'm the only one here who's watched it.
Yeah, I haven't seen
you
it.
are.
Hey, Miles.
Honestly, if McConaughey does not get the Emmy, I will be very surprised.
I have a question from the Peanut Gallery for you.
Yeah.
Sarah has a question of stupid or not stupid. Dean can talk to dogs in an episode of Supernatural.
Hilarious.
Hilarious?
Yes.
That's your take.
Yeah.
Sarah, he says it's hilarious.
I mean, it was hilarious. I was like, yeah, no, it was hilarious. I was laughing, but I just couldn't believe that.
Hilarious, but still stupid.
The thing is, at this point, the show kind of has its tongue firmly planted in its cheek. So I mean, like, it knows it's being stupid, but it's still funny.
Have any of you guys watched Orphan Black?
The anime?
No.
The British show.
It's Canadian, but it was on BBC America.
Yeah.
It's the first season's all on Amazon Prime right now, and Rebecca and I got through 3 episodes of it, I think, this week.
How is that? I've heard a lot of stuff about it.
It's good. It's crazy.
It's about clones, right?
Yeah, it's about one clone suddenly discovering another clone right before she kills herself by jumping in front of a train. I would say spoiler warning, but it's like the first 30 seconds of the episode, and then sort of the whole thing unraveling and meeting other clones, and some of them are being killed, and it's pretty crazy, but it's pretty cool.
Let's check it out. I mean, I've heard great things about it.
It was good enough to get a second season, which I don't know if that means much today, but
I
don't
mean,
know.
honestly, yeah, it kind of does.
I mean, they got a Canadian second season. It's not like an American
Okay, well, I
second
have no idea what that means, so.
Well, now with current valuation, a Canadian second season is worth a little bit more than an American second season.
Oh,
Yeah,
even if it's only a 10-episode season and not a full 24.
Yeah, there's different valuations for seasons. They can do in 10 what we have to do in like 15 or 20. So
Well, I mean, you can say the same thing about BBC as well.
the British are way ahead of us.
Well,
They're
they-
Yeah,
like
they can do it in
2
6 and we do it in
seasons,
22.
and they're better, worth more than American 24. Speaking of a smaller season, Miles, and speaking of detective shows, have you been watching The Following season 2?
I have not. How is it?
It's really effing good.
Really? Because I watched most of the first season and really liked it, actually.
Yeah, you need to catch up because they're like about halfway through this season, and a lot of crazy stuff has happened. A lot of things have moved around, but they played this preview Monday night for the next episode, and it's one of those banana things like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Kind
I
of
think
coming full
my
circle.
question was, like, I mean, the concept was really cool for, like, a season of television.
Yeah.
Can they extend that? Like, does it work
Yeah.
for a second season?
Yeah, no, you think they did weird stuff in the first season, and I don't know, just like American Horror Story, it's like, oh no, they were saving all the weird stuff for, like, seasons down the line. Like,
wow.
there's just some really weird interactions.
I really
with
enjoyed
people,
the
and
first season, and Kevin Bacon did a fantastic job.
we've seen in the second season, no spoiler warnings, but like multiple different kind of cells of cults and stuff, and weird followings, and
Iceman doesn't die, does he?
oh god, I hope not. I saw also over the last couple weeks, I think I
Iceman, for
mentioned-
those who are watching, is Sean Ashmore.
Yeah, I've been rewatching Veronica Mars for the movie that came out today. We're gonna see it tomorrow.
Oh, you guys got it?
No, we're gonna actually see it in the theater, which I'm quite excited about.
No, that's what I
Um,
meant. You guys got it in the theater. Like, we didn't get it in South Carolina.
Oh, really? It's AMC.
We don't have it. We have Regal.
That stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch it right now, obviously, which is pretty.
I know, but still, I would like to see it in the theaters.
It takes a lot of self-restraint because I burnt through rewatching the 3 seasons like in a month. But Sean Astin's has a twin brother. Ashmore. Sean Astin.
Rudy's in Veronica Mars?
Samwise
no.
Gamgees?
But
The voice
Ashmore-
of Special Agent Oso, the elite stuffed bear secret agent?
That kid from the Goonies?
That guy in Ascension Millennium music video?
This is
The
a
voice
deep
of
cut,
Hercules?
but Harrison Bergeron himself. He was in an adaptation.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
So the actor that played Iceman in the X-Men
Sean
films,
Ashmore.
Sean Ashmore.
Yes,
has
Miles,
a-
we all know his name because you've said it
Now
like
we
4
do.
times.
I know, but he keeps saying it.
He has a twin brother who was on Warehouse 13
And Smallville.
and Veronica Mars, and is very, very difficult to keep them separate because not only do they look the exact same, but they play the same character in like everything. But he's on The Following and does a great job. I've got
Is Veronica Mars worth it?
Yes.
Can we have this conversation?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very much so. And I will give a full report of the movie next week. I've got a banana.
This isn't some lead into some sort of crazy game you want us to play, is it?
A game called I've Got a Banana.
What
No.
fruit do I have in my butt?
Great. It's just spoiling the surprise. No, I was just going to eat the banana seductively like Miles is gnawing on them chicken bones. Trying to get this bird out of his cage. If he sees me eating the banana, maybe he'll be titillated. Hey bird. All right, but
Guys, I don't think Patrick has a bird over there.
I'm going to just. I'm not only
He
going
keeps
to eat
him
this
in a cage.
He's
gonna-
jealous of the dogs in the More You Nerd that got posted last week. Like Yuffie back there.
Well, obviously, I can just like move the laptop over there, but I don't want to spook him. He's kind of preening himself right now. I'm gonna open this banana in a way you've never seen before. Oh, from the side. What?
That looks like a weird vagina, like spitting out a dick.
What the hell did you just say?
Just
I'm saying.
I'm saying that's exactly what it looked like. Go over. I got a banana now. My appeal.
So not
this
to
is
be the one,
craziest nonsense that I've seen. Go, Mike. Please change the subject.
not to be the one that brings up Batman, but I did recently buy the Dark Knight trilogy, and
Yes, you did.
I haven't seen any of those movies since they came out in theaters because I don't really watch movies more than once, unless they're really good. But I just wanted to say, fucking Gary Oldman, dude.
Gary
so
Oldman
good.
is the best.
He's just like more than anybody in those movies. Like he is a great Commissioner Gordon. Not to mention just great in every role he's ever done. But just Gary Oldman is awesome.
Yes, I know. I thought he was the absolute best choice to play Gordon, and honestly, I wish they could afford to get him to do it for the Gotham show they're doing.
No, God, no.
Why?
Well, he's way outside a TV show's price range. One.
I know. I said I wish they could afford to get him.
Well,
No,
he's also aged himself out of being able to do it. Too.
I know, but still, I like Ben McKenzie a lot because I was a fan of the OC, but I just we'll say this for a Batman podcast.
Have we talked about Arkham Knight on the show yet? Benjamin in the chat room is.
Mm-mm.
We have not.
I think the weirdest thing about Arkham Knight is the character models are completely different.
Yeah, they look weird.
Well, it's Rocksteady. I mean, they haven't done a game since Arkham City, so I mean, they're going to be different.
That's true.
But it's a continuation of that story. So Bruce Wayne went from looking like this like big old meathead
He's
to
like,
now.
"Brrr."
Yeah.
Like this-
Well, it's a year after Arkham City.
Oh, so
So
he's
he's
smaller and
slimmed
younger
down.
looking.
He's
I mean, he could still get smaller.
he's Christian Bale in The Machinist versus Christian Bale in The Dark Knight.
I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about it other than it looks like they're really just going completely all out for it, and because the trailer was all CG, so there's not really you can take a whole lot from that other than the Batmobile looks like a mix between the Tumbler and a Batmobile, and it looks awesome.
I think so too.
I thought the when it rose out of the lake and
That
took
was
off,
awesome.
that was awesome.
I really like the whole Thomas Wayne Will bit too.
Yeah, Patrick, who has disappeared for a second, did not like that part, but he's incorrect, so that doesn't matter.
So Patrick from the chat says the Dark Knight Rises is better than the Dark Knight.
Ooh.
Dude, yeah.
Boot-
Look, I
boot him
like
out.
the Dark Knight Rises.
Wow.
I think
Patrick.
Bane.
Extremely wrong.
Honestly, Patrick, I am going to side with you in the fact that I like the Dark Knight Rises more. I think the reason I would side with the Dark Knight is because I love Heath Ledger's performance that much. But I am one of the people that loved Dark Knight Rises.
We will hold off on talking about the Dark Knight Rises because our next episode of Late Night with the Cape Crusader is going to focus heavily on our reviews of the Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, and do we want to use Demon Assassin's email for that episode or for tonight?
I don't know.
He had a Batman-related email.
Which show did he send it to?
Obscure reference.
I don't know. Bring it up tonight. That's
All right.
So another thing I did want to say, and this is a total non sequitur, is you know how when someone comes to your house and checks your water meter, they have like that big metal rod that they use to lift up the water meter grate?
Yeah.
So last night all of a sudden my water pressure in my house felt like it was going down a little bit. So I was like, oh, I'll check the basement tonight, make sure there's no like ginormous leaks happening, and I'll check the water meter tomorrow. So I go out there and I go to lift up the lid of the water meter, and I don't have one of those metal hook rod things. So I go to lift it up, and I found out why they use those metal rods. So I go to lift it up, and there's just a giant black widow spider like right next to my finger.
That.
This is great.
Oh, no thank you. No thank you.
It didn't bother me. we just waved at each other and fist bumped, and we were bros. And then I left him back to where.
I don't
he
think
was.
that's
Did,
what
did,
happened
did
at
she
all.
hang out with Sheila, the tarantula that does our
Taxes,
accounting?
yeah, our accounting, yeah. She asked me how she was doing.
Remember to turn in your receipts.
Tax season's coming up. Make sure you do them.
April 1st. It'll be here before you know it.
April 14th, isn't it? Or
15th.
15th, yeah.
Whatever. Mine are
All right, so here's Demon Assassin's email. Hey guys, since you have such a great recommendation with Image Comics, I was wondering where is a great place to dive into Batman. I don't plan to read every issue like some people, but I have very little to know for past Batman knowledge. So what is a good place to pick up a Batman comic without having to know every piece of Batmanology and where to start? I was thinking the Court of Owls, but I thought I would ask you guys in case you had a better idea.
So Court of Owls is a great start.
Yeah, I would agree. Court of Owls is a fantastic place to start if you just want to read a good Batman story.
Too. Yeah, so I would say as someone who doesn't have the Batman knowledge that a lot of people have, Court of Owls is a fantastic place to go, especially if you want something different from Batman than you know the Jokers and the Penguins and the Two-Faces and whatnot. But I've also been told that Year One is a great place to start too.
Well, I started with Year One. The thing about Year One is it's if you've watched the Nolan movies, you see a lot of the influence of Year One. But I also think that a lot of what that was introduced in Year One wasn't really followed through with the rest of the Batman stories in the 80s.
Good. I hate Frank Miller.
Whatever. I liked Year One. I also liked The Dark Knight Returns. But
I like the art in Year One.
But I don't think The Dark Knight Returns is a great place to start either. Court of Owls is fantastic just because DC reset all of their books to issue ones back in 2011, and Court of Owls is starting with that issue 1 of Batman. So you could pick up right there. If you don't have a lot of information, some gaps can be filled in with just a quick Wikipedia search of who some of these characters are. But even then, it doesn't really matter because their whole
honestly,
backstories
with
can be
the Court of
completely different.
Owls, if you know who Dick Grayson is, and really that's the only character you really need to know outside of Batman, because I mean, all the little notes within the text, I mean, say who everyone is. Like, you know, they say Damian, son of Batman. You know, Tim Drake, former Robin. So I mean, you don't really have to know anything about any of the supplementary characters to enjoy Court of Owls.
Yep. Agree.
And I would agree that Court of Owls is a fantastic place to I guess start. I mean, you could start with like Batman #1 from the New 52 and read onward and still enjoy everything that Scott Snyder's done. But if you want to read like other Batman stuff, Matt Wagner's 2 Batman Year One series, Batman the Monster Man and Batman and the Mad Monk, are good places to start.
Long Halloween.
Long Halloween's good.
Pretty good place.
Honestly, any Batman trade will not see you wrong. Even if you get something like what was it? No Man's Land or Fugitive and War Games, they all have a specific place to start, and they'll do a very good job of like telling you kind of who everyone is. But if you just want to read something with like no frills, just a Batman adventure, yeah, Court of Owls or Gates of Gotham or The Black Mirror, they're all good places to start.
They're also relatively recent and relatively easy to track down. If you're doing stuff digitally via like Comixology, Court of Owls is one of only 2 trades that they've actually put out for the New 52 so far for Batman, and it will be on sale at some point in the next 6 months for like $3, maybe $5 at the most. So I would wait for that, but it's good stuff.
So apparently, there was an error on the PlayStation Store today that showed a few titles as being rentable for download.
Yeah, I saw that.
Rentable?
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so like I don't know if it's so there's a service called PlayStation Now that they're I guess going to be rolling out this summer, and it lets you stream PlayStation games and you can rent them. And that kind of accidentally went up today. So I guess over the summer they're going to start letting you rent some of those games to stream, which I'm always look. PlayStation Network does not work at lightning speeds that it is. I don't know how they're going to
PS4 is a lot better than PS3. Trust me on this. Trust me on this.
Okay.
I had to download a 14 gig game on a PS3 last night, and it took forever. Got done this morning, and then it had to install.
What were you
which took
downloading?
Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning.
That sounds stupid.
It's
You're
alright.
stupid. Actually, I've heard it's good.
I've heard it's good too. I put a little time into it, but Rebecca
I
wanted
heard
to
you're
play
good
something.
too, Drew.
Thanks.
LL Cool Drew. All right, Patrick, you got a game for us?
Nope.
All right.
All right.
Wait, you really don't have a game for us this time?
Yeah, so with me being displaced from my room, my original game, really not a game so much as just I'm trying to use the visual medium. If you guys want to play,
That's loud. I'm sorry.
it was very loud. The rule, I want to play a game called Show and Tell.
I'm taking my clothes off again.
So in this game, you can
Patrick,
only
You've got a time limit.
you can okay. Or you just gonna just start bathing in
I was
that?
wondering when that was going to come to play. Wait, no.
The only rule of this game
got a
really
real time
is you're only allowed to show things on the screen that you have within arm's reach.
Oh, our audio listeners are going to love this.
Yeah. Well, we can describe what we're showing as well, but this is trying to use a visual medium as well in some way. So we're just going to take turns giving an adjective to one another, and you've got to show something that that matches that adjective. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go first very simply in our show and tell game, and the adjective is new. And I bought this yesterday. I was telling Miles about it. It's the reboot
Awesome.
of Stray Bullets, which is new as of Wednesday. If you guys ever read this, this is a very depressing comic book. Black and white. Takes place.
It's a very good comic book, though.
It takes place in like the 70s, and everything is just fucking awful in the 70s.
So I have a new bottle of vodka.
I don't know. That's pretty empty. It doesn't look very new.
Well, I mean, because I've been drinking it talking to you assholes.
I have a
It
new.
was new an hour ago.
I have a new debit card because Target screwed up.
Can you hold that a little bit closer to the camera there, Drew?
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
try,
I need to
sucker.
take some notes.
Also, what were the last 4 digits of your social again? I already showed it, but I have my new Dark Souls Collector's Edition figurine that came with the Black Armor Edition game and the soundtrack and the art book and the cloth map. And I could do this too. He does all the work for me. Put that sword right up my nose.
Just none of us listening or viewing at home believe that's the only orifice that sword has been in.
No, absolutely not.
He's been a great companion for the past couple days.
Yeah.
So who wants to go next? Pick an adjective.
An adjective? All right. I have
The
a
adjective is Batman.
yeah. I have a dark Knight statue.
Is the adjective dark?
Yes. This is based off Mike Allred's design for Batman.
Oh god, I can't reach it.
All right. I've got my
Nice.
my Batman golf ball marker that I use when I play golf to mark my ball.
By the way, have you read that Batman trade I gave you for your birthday?
Of course I have.
That means you have not.
That's by design. It's on my bookshelf. I just need to pull it down.
I have following in the footsteps of Drew. I have my dark adjective is also a button. It is dark because it is a skeletal Bob Ross,
Nice.
and that is dark humor.
I like it. Patty?
I'm in our sunroom where we have all of our DVDs, so I have a lot to pick from. But
Dark
I
City.
have the
Oh,
awesomeness.
dude, that is one of my
Dark
favorite
City.
movies of all time.
I still haven't gotten the Blu-ray director's cut, but I've heard it is really cool. Looks
It
great,
is.
and they changed stuff up.
Dark City is one of my favorite movies of all time, and the director's cut is good, but honestly, there are parts of the original cut that I like more.
And
All right, so my adjective is retro.
retro.
Yeah, I just was
Retro.
tired of hearing you guys talk. So my show and tell is plugged into my computer. It is my SNES controller that I have USB adapter for, so I can charge my SNES controller.
So for my retro, I have The Tick and Arthur.
Nice.
Spoon.
This is
And
absolutely
Arthur flaps his wings.
more DVD stuff for me. This is actually Natalia's, and I'm so jealous of this DVD set, double feature, PCU and Airheads.
That's
Wow,
amazing.
What a fantastic.
These are two movies I can watch
Do you-
like anytime.
Hey, quick question. Do you guys own any good movies?
I do.
All right, everyone, let us know
And
with
my-
your comments and emails if you think PCU, Airheads, and Dark City are amazing films.
My retro is this Zaku 2 model. The model is new, but the Zaku 2 was from Gundam in 1979. Yay!
Hey, Drew,
Awesome.
let's play. Drew, let's play together.
Yeah!
I've got my Zaku. You got your Zaku.
Oh, dude, they're gonna fuck.
How dare
Zaku
you?
high five!
So you've just given us next week's game, which is action figure puppet theater.
I want to play this so badly. I have so many fucking action figures in my room.
Miles, do you have an adjective? Or
I-
not Drew?
No,
I
it's
already did
Drew's
mine.
turn.
Drew's turn.
Oh, it's my turn? Crap, I'm caught. Useless.
Useless.
And that is this plastic bit that was on top of my Brand X cough medicine.
I have a chicken bone that I've already eaten the meat off of.
Half of a styrofoam ball.
Pretty useless.
Fuck do you have that for?
You know, no reason.
And
In case you need a ball?
I have a bottle opener, which is not useless, but a lot of times I feel useless, and that's why I drink.
That looks like Kermit the Frog.
I'll accept it.
Scary face, Drew.
Here?
It is a frog. It is a frog bottle opener. It's got legs.
For a game that I just thought up tonight, I think that went very well. You guys pulled some stuff.
That's it? That's the end of the game?
You get what
Okay.
you are given.
Yeah, all right, Miles. Well, the story about tonight is I made a bunch of trivia, and I ran it by the missus, and she's like, that's boring. You're boring. I was like, oh, okay.
So I'm assuming she has also told you this for every other trivia game we've done, and you have still
No,
done
she
it?
heard last week that, or the week before, we were doing Godzilla trivia, and she was like, that has a theme. Like, this week it was just, like, general trivia, and she was not having it.
Such as?
My new adjective is middle fingers pointed at Miles.
Yay! I'm winning.
Are you?
Yeah, because you're focused at me. You're thinking
Drew,
about me.
Drew is still just making his serial killer stare. He's
like,
not.
you're thinking about me when you masturbate.
All right, I gotta go. This
Yeah.
is.
Whoa.
That's crossed
Well,
the line.
we got one question while you get your mandolin out, because we didn't do that last week when I accidentally ended the show super quickly.
That was so fucking funny.
That was the best.
The question from Ben in the chat room, or Benjamin, is who would win in a fight, Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark?
We already
Bruce
did
Wayne.
this.
Bruce Wayne.
Oh wait, no, we didn't. I said, would you rather have Tony Stark's money or wait? No, what did I say?
Who cares?
Well, no one cares.
I mean,
Correct.
It's
But Bruce Wayne, easily.
like if you could match them up for 100 matches, like I would say maybe Iron Man can pull out the W in like
Right.
5.
So hold on. Are we saying Bruce Wayne versus Tony Stark, or are we
Yes,
saying?
we're saying Bruce Wayne versus Tony Stark.
Oh, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I mean, he
it's-
even says, notice I said Tony Stark, or not Iron Man. In which case, yeah.
Even
It's over.
still, I still would say Batman over Iron Man any day of the
You're
week.
an idiot. You
No,
are.
Batman would pull out an EMP pulse and shut
Yeah.
him down completely.
he has like he can neutralize Iron Man's powers like in a million ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember in Dark Knight Rises when he steps out the
He
first
can
time and
neutralize
all the people
your
have the
mothers!
cameras, and he's like bleep and everyone's stuff. Yeah, walk away because you know you're fucking wrong, bitch.
Drew, can you focus on Mike's
I'm really not. I'm just that
empty
passionate about Batman.
background? Can you bring up Mike's screen? I think it's important just to see the background. Is he playing the guitar? Is that what's happening?
No, he's.
Oh, he's off screen there. I can see.
I can see his shoulder.
Yeah, I can see his shoulders too.
That is one cold shoulder.
I'm gone.
Miles has embarrassed me for the last time.
It won't be the last time.
Good night, guys.
It won't work this time.
We are running out of